Oh, I look like really bad. So we're waiting on the vet right now, and he just said he's a little late, so he's be 20 minutes. So while we're waiting on him to check up on Happy and her baby, and then we're also gonna have him put a foal alert in Cool, and then there's a couple mares that we're trying to breed that he needs to check as well. So it's gonna be like an hour and a half of vet visit when he gets here, but he's 20 minutes away. So we're gonna go actually check on Phantom, who is a cow we have, heifer actually, that her due date seems to just be never ending, honestly. So we're gonna go just see if this weather that pushed Happy into having her baby is gonna push Phantom into having her baby. So baby is still very much inside Phantom. Like, she's huge. From the back, she looks like a house. And she does look like she's getting a little bit of an udder, but we're gonna be on calf watch for about 6 months with this dang cow. Jeez.
Evaluate that today, or just?
I mean, not really. Just be thinking about like what you think might help her, because she's just, I want her to be able to go run around with it, and she's just really like ouchy everywhere. She's been banging herself up.
Yeah.
But let's we can start with her by putting her forward.
Okay.
Come here, Mama. She was walking fine yesterday, so I don't know what's going on right now. Oh yeah, she can.
So the leg that she was swollen on last week was this left hind. And now she's not wanting to put weight on this hind, and she got cast and was kicking. All right, we'll walk her out and let's see what we can do.
This might be the last baby you carry, Mama.
She is very sore.
She had Banamine, or not Banamine, she had Butte this morning, so I mean, at the least bit, probably give her some IV Banamine, would you say, with how bad that is?
Yeah, we can do that. What time did she have the Butte?
Like 8:30.
When she was cast, was she down on this leg?
We don't know. Like, we heard it and she was up. And then I doctored on her front legs and...
Right. When did she, I don't remember her having all this edema last week.
It was not that much.
Right.
It was like a little bit. She did have some though.
Right. A lot of time, ooh, that's sensitive.
Yeah, she hasn't been wanting me to like milk her and stuff this year, which she wasn't any issue the last time she had a baby.
Right. A lot of pink action coming on.
I know.
Going on in here.
And she hadn't been out, so it couldn't be like a rock, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
She doesn't have a pulse, which goes along with her not hoof testing.
that's why we've been taking her out to the arena trying to get her to roll, so she's not in here trying to do it, you know?
Right. I mean, you said this morning it was...
This morning she walked out fine, and
So something she just did to herself?
Yeah, so she did something like a week ago.
right, but he saw her.
Yeah, yesterday out in the arena, she took a bad step and then, almost went down on that leg and then walked it off.
Right.
I wonder
And most of the sensitivities right here.
chiropractic stuff.
Right here in her belly.
I wonder
And most of the sensitivities right here.
chiropractic stuff.
Right here in her belly.
So
She doesn't like
much
that.
more muscular, you think?
Like, would a pulled muscle make her that lame?
Yeah, I mean, anything, she could have done anything in the last, earlier today and made herself sore.
I mean, she's just been sore, so it's like it probably is worse, but just because she's been cooped up, she can't go out with all of her friends, she's been hurting herself all week. I just don't want her to get so stressed out from the pain and have the baby and then not be able to get up with it and like.
She just lost the cat.
Okay, so I don't know if this could be before or after she's acted a fool and being lame, but Cool, our oldest broodmare who is due next, we're putting her foal alert in today. This device is a lifesaver, honestly. We've used them for years. It has a magnet where we sew it into the vulva with just 2 little stitches. The magnet breaks when the feet come out, and then it calls our phone and tells us that our mare is foaling, so we could be there to assist if needed, which is amazing. So she is waxing this morning, meaning she has coagulated milk at the tip of her teats. That is something that usually happens within a few days of foaling, if not imminently. Not always. Sometimes they go crazy. But we're kind of taking it seriously since in the last week and a half, she has been like on a vendetta to hurt herself. I don't understand what she's doing. She keeps kicking the stall, so we put in the board of shame so that she couldn't see Trudy and kick at Trudy. Then we think she got cast, which means she rolled and got on her back and got stuck and then like flailed around. I don't know. So she keeps getting sore. So we're hoping that she doesn't have the baby out of soreness. Like sometimes stress can cause mares to go into labor, and we're really hoping that doesn't happen. So we're trying to manage her pain. We're trying to doctor on her the best we can. As soon as this baby is born, we're gonna do a full like lameness workup on her, and like maybe, you know, she's older. She might need a little maintenance, maybe a little injecting, maybe something. I don't know yet. But yeah, throwing us for a loop right now.
So with her too, she's got a little bit of a calyx left right here, so the baby can get hung up when it comes out. So we're gonna block that,
Okay.
open that up.
So edema like that on her belly, is that from the fact that she's not being able to go out and like run around, like she's kind of cooped up, or?
A lot of times it's because their udder starts to develop, and they start to build a bag, and those vessels that lead into the udder start to get a little leaky.
Gotcha.
And they'll you know, their udder will get big, the tissue in front of their udder will get big. Sometimes they'll develop a big plaque of edema. And you know, one way to get rid of that is for having them move around. And if she's not been moving around, it's just going to get bigger and bigger. That fluid tends to accumulate on the most pendulent part of the body,
Right.
and that's the bottom of the belly. So what I do want to do is pull some blood on her and just make sure she doesn't have like an infectious process going on. This is a little more non-specific, so I just want to make sure she doesn't have like the start of
looks like
cellulitis going on.
This might just be me making stuff up. She looks to me like maybe a little swollen right here.
I mean, she has no sensitivity here. She has no sensitivity here.
Oh, no.
The only sensitivity she has is right in front of her udder and kind of up in between her thigh and her udder.
Okay.
So, I mean, most of the time, all this edema is just a normal process.
Right.
But I don't want to overlook it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna like really stay on top of Cool, making sure she stays as comfortable as we possibly can get her, and then as soon as she has that baby, we're gonna go in full force of like maintenance, seeing what's wrong, trying to get her going, because we can't do like injections and things like that while she is pregnant. So we have to wait till after she foals. But now, while he's here, we have to check Beyonce, Maggie, and Gracie, oh my gosh. Ginger. Those are the 3 mares we're checking to see where they're at in their cycles. So for Ginger, we're breeding her back for her own baby with the same stallion that we bred for at Freddie, so Cool Breeze. And then with Maggie and Beyonce, we are trying to set them up to do an embryo transfer where Maggie carries for Beyonce. So the reason we're in the middle 2 wash bays and we're facing this way, okay, which is the opposite. We don't have cross ties on the side. We probably should do that, is because 2 out of the 3 of the mares that we're checking have babies, and they're right here. So when we leave their babies in their stalls, they can see them and they'll be close to them. So.
Yeah, I just want to see what she's doing on her ovaries and see how big the follicles are. So when we give them shots, they're close together. You know, if one of them has a 3 and another one has like a 1.5, you don't want to give them a shot at the same time because one will come into heat quicker than the other.
Right.
So she's just got a bunch of small ones.
And now we have to keep in mind that Maggie the last time took a while to ovulate.
Okay, good information. We'll measure, I mean, that's where she ovulated last time right there. And we'll measure these, and they're tiny. And we're checking Ginger for full heat.
If she's perfect, I wouldn't mind breeding her in her full heat.
She's how many days?
8.
If we give Beyonce a shot now, she ought to be in heat and ready to breed Wednesday, Thursday of next week.
So we need to give her a shot like on Tuesday.
Well, what we ought to do is give Beyonce a shot.
Check her on Monday.
And check them both on Monday. Okay. See what we got.
So with Beyonce and Maggie, they're both dormant right now because they're on Regimate, which is keeping them from going like into heat and building the follicles they have. So their follicles are just kind of like sticking right there. So we're gonna give Beyonce a shot of Lutalized, which is going to put her into heat, and she will no longer get Regimate. With Maggie, we're gonna keep her on Regimate at least until Monday, recheck them both, see what Beyonce's follicle looks like compared to Maggie's. Now here's another zinger. Gracie, who had her foal really early and is in the hospital, she's perfectly healthy. She had nothing wrong with her. We really don't know why she had her foal early. I think it's a fluke thing. There's like literally the vets, there's no reason not to let her have a baby. Like there's nothing happened, right? So we may look at her as well because she's been a recip for Beyonce for the last 2 years. Those babies, like the size fits her well. So we might see where she's at in her cycle so that if it doesn't work out with Maggie, we might be able to use her. So it's complicated. We're gonna take Miss Ginger out this time, and Petty is gonna be without his mama for the first time. He's sitting here licking his wall, having a good time. But I wonder if he's gonna be dramatic or not.
That's old news. It still hurts, okay.
Are you 43?
I'm an 81 model.
I can't do math. Matthew, I can't do math right now.
Once you get over 40,
how old are you?
Once you get over 40, you start aging yourself by the year you're born.
So you're 43?
So that's her uterus right there, and it looks like she has edema. And when after they had a baby, and we're doing a full heat breeding, the biggest thing is making sure their uterus is shrinking back up to the normal size, making sure they don't have any fluid. So this is her left ovary.
She's got a couple little ones.
Yeah.
Would you wear a goat life t-shirt with my goats on it?
Yeah. She's got a bunch of small ones kind of kicking in.
So maybe check her on Monday with other ones?
Yeah. We check anybody else?
We're doing the baby check.
Okay.
New baby.
But no
mares.
Okay. I never said the YouTube.
She did not.
Yes, you did. There's multiple witnesses that you're like, hey, did y'all see that new Beyonce song on the YouTube?
The other song that got me on the YouTube was the Tyler Childers.
On the YouTube.
On
the YouTube.
The YouTube got me.
The YouTube got me. Okay.
We've been talking about it every day and making fun of you, so I know for a fact it is. So we just did all that with the mares. We have a game plan for that. We're gonna check them on Monday. Now we're gonna check up on Happy and her little boy and do his little checkup because he was born this morning at 6:30. So now it's 5:30. We're gonna do his IgG test, send blood to the clinic and listen to his little heart and his lungs and look at his legs and all the good things. So, gotta take his little temperature. I gave him an enema, cleaned his navel twice. He pooped, he passed all of his meconium. He ate really quickly. He got up really fast too.
Alright, we'll see. Y'all ready?
Freddie about flipped out of my hands. go. Is that all you need from him?
Yeah. Let me do this in the wash rack.
Yeah, that'd be good. Turn that light on. I think there's a knot in it from where I tied it.
Okay. So this is one horn right there. And usually the other one's kind of involuted on itself, so we kind of tease it out if I can find it. So it's in here, so we just turn it back out on itself. And if they're gonna leave a tag in the uterus, it's usually at the tip of one of these horns. And this is the horn where that baby was hanging out. It's a lot wider and thinner. And there's the tip, it's there. And then here's the non-gravid horn, and that tip is there. So if you're gonna have a problem, usually it's at the tip of one of these horns, and then this is where the baby came out. So it all looks really good.
Good. Perfect. I can go back in the bucket.
All
And
right.
then I will not be the one disposing of it. I'm mentally done right now. I'm going to bed.